with Connor McDavid of the Erie Otters. Connor, there's a lot of spotlight on you. Do you get sick and tired of the same questions and microphones in your face all the time?
No, not too much. I mean, as a hockey player, it comes with the territory, I guess, and I'd rather be in the spotlight than not in the spotlight, I guess. So it's a lot of fun.
And you get to meet guys like Sidney Crosby. They take keen interest in you. Pennsylvania, not too far here, Pittsburgh. What was that experience like to have Sid come in and give you some words of encouragement? And can you touch on anything that he said?
Yeah, no, there's nothing really that he said. But I mean, it was obviously a great experience to meet him. I mean, such a great guy, such a great player, and he's my role model. So not a lot of people get to meet their role models and their idols in life, and I was fortunate enough to have mine. So it was a great experience for sure.
You go to another country at 15, and what's that experience like? I know you do your courses online so that you're still with the Canadian education system, but was there ever any thought of maybe going the college route at all, or?
Maybe a little bit in my minor midget year. I mean, it's hard not to. I mean, obviously, NCAA is a great way to go. And the schools are obviously very beautiful, and I visited BU, and I mean, it's hard to say no at that point. But I just felt that OHL and this route would be the best way to go.
Do you feel like there was a lot of scrutiny last year when you get that exceptional status and people are looking at you? Do you feel that pressure that you have to perform, or do you just let it roll off your back and say, I just do what I have to, and then we'll go?
As a player, I mean, you have to just let it roll off your back. I mean, there's nothing you can do about what people have to say about you, and what anybody writes about you or says about you. I mean, it really doesn't matter. All you have to worry about is pleasing yourself. And I'm my toughest critic, and if someone says I played a bad game when I thought I played a good game, then I'm happy.
So now you're in your second season. What are the biggest improvements that you've seen in your game, and what have you done to prepare in the off season to get ready for a second year? And what would you have to do to improve further next year, because you have to be back?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's the same type of thing. This summer as the last summer. Just want to get bigger and stronger. I mean, last year I started the year about 5'10", 5'11", like 160, 165, and this season starting the year at 6 foot and 185 is a big difference. So I would say just getting stronger and faster is the main thing.
Now you've spent some time here, but if you had a choice and you could play anywhere in the NHL, say you could sign as a free agent, where would that be?
Honestly, anywhere. I mean, as a young Canadian kid playing hockey, I mean, the NHL is it. Whether it's whatever organization it would be, just a dream come true to get drafted and to fortunate enough to play eventually. So
I saw at the deadline that you tweeted when Hayden Hodgson was traded that you were going to miss your best friend. Have you experienced that in hockey before, where you got a buddy traded like that?
Honestly, this year has been a pretty tough year in terms of that. I mean, my roommate was Stephen Harper, who got traded. About a month before that, me, Harps, and Haji were pretty good friends. So to see Harper go was pretty sad, and then to have even Haji go too. I mean, it was it's something that you can't really explain. It's something that's really hard, but I know they're both in better places, and they're going to do well. So
if you're a kid coming on the team, don't be a friend with Connor McDavid, or you might get traded.
Yeah, I guess that's the message, but it's for the best, I guess, for both of them. Harps is playing great in Belleville. I mean, he's playing a lot, and Haji unfortunately got a suspension, his first game back, so he hasn't really got to experience any time in Sarnia, but I'm sure once he gets back, he's going to be flying.
You see Belleville tomorrow. Are you hoping that you can play in that game so you get a chance to line up against Harper, and you think you might go at him a little bit?
Obviously, it'd be nice to play, but at the end of the day, health is the most important thing, and you got to look a couple months down the road, and hopefully we're making a playoff push instead of these, not to say that these games aren't important, because they obviously are. I mean, we're chasing down first place right now. We just lost it, but we're looking towards a couple months down the road instead of these 3 games here.
You're one of 7 16-year-olds to play for Team Canada. I have to ask it, what was that experience like? I know some people were talking, but you got to let go of that, obviously. But what was the experience like, and how much did you learn from a guy like Brent Sutter, who has such a sterling pedigree?
Yeah, obviously he's a great coach, and he really knows what he's doing. He has a great background in hockey. Obviously, I think it'll go the way we wanted it to, and for me personally as well. But just take what I learned this year, and just take it in next year. I mean, next year it's going to be absolutely insane if I get another opportunity to play. I mean, with it being in Montreal and Toronto, it'd be absolutely crazy. So yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you're going to be on that team next year. Just reaching a little bit, but what's it been like playing with Connor Brown and Dane Fox? Obviously, Foxy's having a gigantic season.
Yeah, they're both having great years. I mean, obviously, Brownie's leading the league in points and Fox is leading the league in goals. And, they're two great players, and, they both have worked so hard to get where they've gotten. And, just watching them every day in practice, you really get a sense of how hard they work and how you have to match that if you want to be successful.
So league record's 82. How hard are you guys trying to feed Foxy there in the slot and maybe let him rip in a couple to chase that?
Yeah, I mean, he's at 51 right now, I think. I think we've got 23 games left. So, I mean, it's not out of the picture for sure for Foxy. I mean, we're looking to feed him, but if he's not there, he's not there. But chances are, if he's got the puck in a good spot, it's going to go on the net.
I talked to Sam Bennett earlier in the season, and he was saying that he played with you growing up. What's it like to see him ranked as the number one prospect in this draft? And are you guys still close?
Yeah, we're still really close. I mean, I played with him for 8 years, I want to say, growing up. So I think every single year we were line mates that year. So it's certainly a little bit different to be watched in the draft year instead of competing, because I grew up playing with these guys, but to see Benny ranked number one is really special. I mean, I'm really proud of him. He's worked so hard to get where he's gotten, so I'm sure he'll do great.
A little bit off topic, well, what's the one question that you get all the time from the media that you're like, okay, come on, listen to my other interview, you don't have to ask?
Probably the pressure one, how you deal with pressure. I mean, I get that one basically every interview, so I guess people want to know and understand, and I get that, so I'm happy answering it.
So if you could be asked anything in the world that you might want people to know but nobody asks it, what would that be?
I have no idea. I mean, that's a tough question. That's probably the first time I've ever been asked that question, so I don't know really.
All right, well, you're going to make a lot of money, so stay away from the Justin Bieber lifestyle, all right? Promise.
Yeah, not too happy to see that. I mean, obviously he's a successful teenager, and he got into some trouble, but I think he's a great talent, and I'm sure he'll be back.
Well, so are you, so try and stay away from that, all right? It's Connor McDavid of the Erie Otters. Connor, thanks a lot for doing that.